morning. How y'all doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is your girl Casey McDaniel coming to you again on this Wednesday, if December the 1st of 2021. The year is almost coming to a close. I'm out taking my walk on my break and everything. So I just wanted to come in real quickly with some things that was running across my mind today. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is all that has taken place in the last couple of weeks, I would say, in November during this season. And I just want to just tell the Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters, and especially those of us who's been going hard for him for the last 3 years on this injustice that has been done to him, that we need to focus on what we've been doing. We need to focus on trying to change injustice. Try to change the injustice as far as doing petitions, getting them signed, and letting our voices be heard how we feel that Robert Sylvester Kelly has been wronged by the system. Okay? Systematic racism, and we have to just keep fighting with these lawmakers, and that's what we need to do. We need to stop focusing on the bloggers, because everybody is talking about the bloggers. They turning this into a blogger thing, and we all know that it's about people trying to build their brand out here and also win subscribers over to their channels to watch them. If you go on these channels, notice that whenever this introduced the channel and everything, you didn't see any banner or anything on their channel that says free R. Kelly. This is systematic racism and injustice. You don't see none of that, but you do the Cash App and the name of their Cash App information or whatever. See, we've been going hard for 3 years, and some of y'all should know this by now. Some of us supporters who's been in this fight from the time things started, from day one, should know by now what people are trying to do as far as with this jumping on the bandwagon thing with Robert Sylvester Kelly. You should be questioning everything. Everything. I didn't pay too much attention to that letter. I said, let me fall back. But think about it, people. If this letter was written and the author of this letter was Robert Sylvester Kelly, don't you think that right away somebody from his legal team would have came forward and said, this is a fraudulent letter and that this is not written by Robert Sylvester Kelly, and they would have made sure that this letter was challenged, okay, in some kind of way to defend and to protect their client. Notice that Robert Sylvester Kelly has, right, a new lawyer, attorney who just joined his legal team to help fight against the injustice. Not fight against the injustice, I'm not going to use that term. I'm going to say to overturn that trial that he was on, because of which he found that verdict not to be an honest verdict. That he was charged with this Mann Act law, RICO racketeering, with 9 counts or whatever. Then all of a sudden now everybody's jumping on this bandwagon about, oh, this is what's been going on with him behind the, all throughout I gotta be careful where I walk around here. But this is what Robert Sylvester Kelly wrote, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Notice that this letter came forward right after the verdict. This letter was, if this was really true going on with Robert, don't you think this 100-page letter would have been given before the verdict? Now all of a sudden this letter just pops up. Nobody else been speaking about this letter. Oh, he only trusted this so-and-so person because bloggers were fighting. Really, y'all? Really? Let's get real. Let's get serious. And I'm just saying, you got to be careful about the information that you allow people to bring you. And then you getting emotional, because that's how the devil want to play on you, on your emotions. You getting emotional, old wounds are opening up again, and all this anger and frustration with people start to flare out. You have to use your common sense. And especially for those of you who's been riding for Mr. Kelly for the last 3 years from the time this whole thing started. Don't let nobody fool you. I'm going to stop right here because I'm next to the building and I don't want nobody to hear what I'm talking about here. But I'm just saying, you have to use your common sense about what's going on, how these people are strategically doing this assignment that they're on to hurt this man's chances of having an overturn on his verdict. Every time there's something that's good in the way, and it seems like Robert Sylvester Kelly almost have a chance on something, here comes trouble to come out again to the public and to his supporters to get things riled up again. And now everybody's up against each other again. Somebody's walking by with their dog. But I'm just saying to you guys, be careful about that. No attorney came and spoke on that letter. And as long as no attorney came forward and said anything, his legal team or professionals or whatever that's working with this case right now, as far as I'm concerned, it's fake. Okay? It's fake. Hi. Hi, I'm good. Hey, Twiggy. Yes. So just be careful about what you're listening to and the people you're following up with this nonsense. And people telling you, oh, because they from the industry. Don't you think it's because of the industry as Robert Sylvester Kelly is right now incarcerated? Think about it, people. There's no loyalty in that industry, right, for him. There's no loyalty to Robert in that industry, because if it was, he wouldn't have got charged with 9 counts of a RICO. He wouldn't have never got charged with 9 counts of a RICO. So think about it. There's nobody from that industry could come and bring you some garbage like that and you're going to run with it and believe it. Only person that's going to make me believe anything is when I see Robert Sylvester Kelly attorneys and Robert Sylvester Kelly in the public together, or maybe not together, but just them speaking on his behalf, and whoever his PR, okay, to come and be his spokesperson or whatever like that. So far, there has not been one. So who are people to say that he trusted them with his letter to go on social media to bring you this kind of information? These people are not professional people. Stay in their lane. If they're going to be rappers or whatever, then be a rapper. But don't get involved with something that you know is like a man's life right now is hanging on the line. And this is a serious thing right now. So why would he entrust a letter like that to go on social media? That's straight up hood. That's straight up ghetto. And I doubt if Robert's going to take any chances on making this trial of his that's supposed to be coming up forward, and not only just fighting against this trial, but the other ones that are facing him, to cause any harm to himself, to get to his freedom, of his chances of his freedom, that he's singing for food and all that stuff. Folks, please, give me a break. You know, I'm just, what hurts me and what made me cry is that you mean to tell me you all been running with this, you all been knowing about this all this time, and y'all believe this stuff and ain't nobody fighting against it. And that's why I said I truly understood. She took down the video. Maybe she didn't want any more backlash behind the video or whatever like that. But she took it down because she said probably like, I don't want to hear no more. Let me just do my thing like I came here to do. To fight against the injustice being done to men across the board. The laws that are being changed and the laws that are being used to lynch our black men publicly the way they have done to Robert Sylvester. If they could get away with that, they're going to do it to others. And that's what it's all about. Us changing those laws. Us fighting against that kind of injustice. And that's what we need to be focusing on, and that's what we need to be doing. We don't need to be worrying about no blogger or no rapper or has-been rapper. I don't know. But they don't got a banner up that says anything about free R. Kelly, systematic injustice, whatever. And they don't got no information educating you about the systematic. Yes, they showed you a little about Robert Sylvester Kelly with this thing with Hugh Hefner and all this other stuff. But you had Robert's brother on The platform. So why wasn't y'all discussing that? If this letter was really true, why wasn't you, his brothers, and all those other homeboys of his that's supposed to be having his back was on the panel with you to discuss this letter? It's just only you. You. Why wasn't Robert Frank Keith? Why wasn't Robert's brother Bruce Carey? Those who's all in this fight for Robert right now, on the panel with you to say this, to verify and to make sure that this, I mean, to let this letter be, that is some validity to this letter. Think about it, people. Only one man that has not been in this fight from the beginning all of a sudden pop up and say he went to see Robert up in at the MDC federal prison or whatever, the federal detention center or whatever, and he was able to get this kind of information from Robert, and Robert gave him 100-page letter. Okay, not one letter, but 100-page letter. He got 100-page letter from Robert. Just popped up on the scene and just came and fed you all of that. Just told you all of that. Okay. And then you're gonna sit there and believe it. He didn't sit down and say, "Yeah, man, your brother." I didn't hear in that on that time when he had Bruce there on there, or even when he supposed to have Sharon Winbush on there. Okay, that I didn't hear anything about a letter, and the letter didn't come up until after we all, of course, exposed Levi for Kelly, and then all of a sudden here comes a letter, 100-page letter. And nobody else is sitting on that panel with him to clarify it or to witness it or whatever. Nobody else is sitting there. Nobody else is like, yo, yeah, you know, just to make sure that this person is legit. And he giving you the right information. He's giving you true information. I don't believe it either. And how you doing? Good afternoon. But I'm gonna have to get back in here to work and stuff like that. But I just wanted to it was on my heart and it was on my mind. Like one person gonna sit up on his platform with his Cash App banner, okay, and all this other and feeding you this letter stuff, playing on your emotions like that. And the devil knows how to use all kind of game and tricks, and how they strategize, how they're going to win subscribers to their channel. And before the discussion even begins, before the whole platform begins, they promoting their music of their rap songs. About 20 songs are playing while you sitting there waiting to hear that information. 20 rap songs. But anyway, let me get up in this building. Hey, Tanya, I'm sorry you got in late. Y'all going to have to probably watch the replay of all of this. Thank you. Was already out. Things we already knew. We heard the transcript. We heard a lot of things that was going on. We remember when he got jumped by Jeremiah up there in at the MDCC building in Chicago. Okay, that probably was going on maybe like in the beginning when he first got there or whatever like that. And we had a feeling that he was probably being treated some kind of way from the beginning when people, even when Steve Greenberg didn't, when that motion and everything, and they was talking about him singing in the shower and he wouldn't come out and this, that, and the other. Nothing new in that letter. And this one person just gets on their platform and tell you he trusts him with this letter to give this information out to his subscribers and to his to his supporters and to his fans. Come on, y'all. Y'all better start using your common sense. But anyway, y'all, let me get myself. Y'all can see my shadow here. Thank you. But anyway, y'all, I'll probably be back with y'all on tonight. I'm just gonna get back in here to work, and y'all have a blessed and safe Wednesday. Love you now. Peace.